up these slings and hope that my 4x4s will support. So, the theory behind the slings is relatively simple. You have the sling itself, the strap for protecting the tree, and this end of the sling goes through here to wrap it around the tree. Post for me. So, what I'm going to do, go through once, and that one. Undo this one, and we'll do the same thing over here on this end. Over the tree. Through the loop. Back up to the tree. Now here's the weather and the bug-proof part. Get this sleeve attached right here. The end of the sling simply goes through there like that. This cinches like that. Come over to the other side. Here. Goes through. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and swing both hammocks, the Explorer and then the Paris, the way they suggested. The Explorer is going to go high up near the canopy, and the the Paris will go underneath that. This is one connection end right here, and the other one's down in there somewhere. So let's go try this. So, carabiner on the loop. Here's the Paris. Cinch buckles here. It actually says Paris on the strap right there on both sides. So, do the cinch buckles. Slide the cover off to the side. These pouches are attached to the actual hammocks themselves. There's your first hanging strap right there, so we'll take the strap, go ahead and connect a carabiner to it. Let's go hang it up. Let me give you a view of what's going on here. So right up here where I have my night eyes clip, all I did was use the night eyes to connect it to the tree instead of just wrapping the string around the tree itself. And then I used paracord for that. Now that paracord and this orange cord only supports the weight of the NUBE, not the gear bag, not anything else. The gear bag I'll get to in a little bit. The strap itself connects to the hammocks that are lying underneath in there, and we'll get in there in just a moment and address that. This part right here, see if I can get a little bit better lighting here. This part right here gathers around to stop rain. It is a bungee cord or a shock cord. It stops rain and bugs from getting inside. And what I'm thinking is if it does dribble a little bit of rain on the inside around the cord, I'll just put a couple of drip cords on there. So anyway, continuing on. This is the sky bridge right here, or sky hooks. I should say sky hooks. I've been naming that wrong. You can actually set up trekking poles underneath that. And use this as a ground shelter as well, as a bivvy. These are the tie outs right here. Let me see if I can find the tag that says what those are called. These are called just line locks. Okay, so you got 6 line locks, guy wires, guy lines, whatever you want to call them, that hold this thing out and spread it out and give it its width. Again, you've got the gathering over here, and then just like I did with the night eyes. Now I'm going to get lighter night eyes. These are some big ones that I bought, but I'm going to use this because I like it. It's relatively simple, and it's quick, it's easy, they're lightweight. They're not rated at much. I think they're rated at 150 pounds. But again, there's only about 30 to 40 pounds of pressure on this line. Your strap goes around the tree, or for here, the 4x4. I have a 6x6 I'm going to put up later. And then back down here to your bug proofing. And then another view from underneath of the hammocks. So now let's get up in there just for a minute here. Okay, so we have the hammocks hung. This is the top view right here. Let me see if I can get back as far as I can get back here. I'm back in the corner now. Bug netting on my right. 2 hammocks hung on the inside. They call it ham bunking. Bunks, get it? Ham bunking. These hammocks are rated at 400 pounds or more. And I'll climb in here in just a little bit. I just want to make sure it supports my weight with that 4x4. I'm not concerned about the equipment. And then what we'll do is we'll do a tour from the inside. And one more thing. I'm going to put the cell phone down in a moment, just so that I can see what I'm doing here. Right here, you can see how the attachments are for the slings. You've got the sling itself with the dyneema that comes through. It has knots about every 6 inches. And all I did was try to level everything using the carabiners that they supply. You'll get a set of carabiners and slings if you buy 1 hammock. And then if you buy the entire kit, and I believe this is called the Navigator, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, you get 1 set of slings with the 2 hammocks with 4 carabiners to hang them with. Okay. That worked. Now the question. But if you'll notice on the very bottom, I went ahead and put up the gear storage, and I will go take some pictures. But if you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it or not through the bug netting, but there are 2 dyneema cords, 1 on each end of the gear storage for the bottom, and those 2 connect to the carabiners that connect to your hanging slings. And the weight of your gear is suspended on that dyneema and those carabiners, not the NUBE. The NUBE itself, with the sky hooks on both ends, which acts like a ridgeline, that's all it supports, is the weight of the NUBE itself. There's a couple of pouches in there on the bug netting on both sides for like a cell phone or a lamp or something, and then the guy lines. So it's really not supporting a lot of weight itself. All of the weight is on the slings. Okay, hi, how are you? 260 pounds of me in this hammock. I'm sure it's straining right now. Everything's working fine. If you look above me, the Explorer is here for my wife. We're going to try to convince her to get into that today later on. I'm going to lay here and relax for a few minutes, because actually this is actually quite really nice. First impressions, comfortable. Now if you'll notice, I'm not at an angle laying crosswise too much. I don't want to get my dirty shoes in here, so I'm going to put a ground cloth down before I take my shoes off. I do not have the bug netting up. As you can see, it's still strung up on the side. The mosquitoes are out, so I'll probably come out here a little later today and take a nap. Hopefully it'll start raining really, really bad again. Just a quick tour. I don't know if you can see much. I'll get this out of the way. And back down there, you can see the roof of the NUBE. At the gathering, you can see where they pass through, where they're connected down there. And I'm going to turn the camera around a little bit. There's a pocket here. And when you do the bug net, there's actually another one just opposite side as well. It's connected to the bug net, of course. The pouches, if you take a look at the Explorer above me, let me move the camera here. You'll notice the pouch is connected there, and on my right side on the front of the hammock, it's connected there too. So I got a place for my water bottle or gadgets or whatever. There's not a ridge line inside of the NUBE. What I'm probably going to end up doing for when I'm camping, I'm going to want to put more in here. I know the gear storage is below me. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to make it to where I can hook a ridge line up in here if I want to. Also, they mentioned that there were hooks on the NUBE, but I don't see them. Or the Paris. So I'll go see if I can find those hooks here in a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and give you a view of this end. There we go. Hi, how are you? I'm kind of buried in here right now and comfortable for a big guy like me especially. I don't feel like I'm going to fall. I don't think so. If I do fall, I hope I don't damage much. But like I said, this is my first hammock, camping hammock. So, and I think this is the first gathered end hammock I've ever laid down in, and it's actually nice. When I sat down in it, I was a little bit surprised, and I leaned back, and it made a really nice chair. So, as if you're a hammock camper, you already know that. And then, of course, there's the other end. You can see the wind blowing a little bit. Quite comfortable in here. I think what I will do, people have mentioned using shock cord on the guy lines to self-tauten them. And I think what I will do is get, for the 6 guys, guy lines, I will do that shock cord as an experiment and see if it works. Because when I laid down in it, big guy, the NUBE did loosen up a little bit. So, it's no big deal, nothing like that.